Have you been wondering why there has been a rash of mass shootings in the United States? Many people will give the blame to guns, gun control laws, mental illness, but the truth of the matter is, scary as as is that we are being watched 24/7 by satellite technology. And with this satellite technology, they have many other ways to mass manipulate the population. It's easy to just watch people, investigate them, and figure out what people can be triggered off through their technology into causing a political gain or productivity to their side of the spectrum. It's easy, you know. You take many cases and what they produce, all right? When you see ISIS under attack, whom, by the way, the most mass manipulated terrorist network that I ever seen, not saying they don't have their views and they are not, I can say, anti-Western, but just the fact that they're easily manipulated in this country and have no real ties with the real, how can I say, terrorist network, proves to me that no one can get that fanatical enough to do a shooting when they have not even really associated themselves that physically with the network. How can this be? One minute you're a security guard, the next minute you're doing a mass shooting? Speaking of Omar Mateen, and what happened after he did? Well, Trump reacted, which produces exactly what they want for political gain or a positive reaction on their side of the spectrum, which is to ban 7 Muslim countries. Hey, anything to stop the flood of minorities to this nation, whom, by the way, are the most targeted. You know, African Americans, not as much, but definitely the less conscious you are of it, the more vulnerable you are to it, the more, I guess, of a criminal background you had. Even if it was 10 or 15 years ago, you're still going to be on a road to psychological torture and microwave attacks, direct energy attacks to your body from the satellite. All these are what's causing all these mass shootings. The CIA mind control program. But the white media and white people, because they're so securing of themselves, will lie to you and tell you otherwise. They'll blame it on guns and gun control or mental illness, when in the truth of the matter is, these people all have made millions of complaints about hearing voices, which are not voices. They're ultrasonic sound waves that can pass off as synthetic versions of brain waves and not be heard but just by you, that causes them the psychological torture that they're living in, plus the attacks through the energy direct attack from the satellite, all that, and a lot of how can I say grief and unprosperity, and how can I say misfortunes that come to them from being attacked by this energy. And what being watched night and day and studied is what's possibly, for my point of view, without a kernel of a doubt, causing all the mass shootings. But yet no one ever does anything about it. I mean, you know, Santiago was the one who did the shooting in the airport, and he even proclaimed that it was a brainwashing technique that was used on him by the CIA mind control program. But no one really, you know, took that and ran with it. But now we have this guy all of a sudden, David Hogg, fighting against his own class of society, which are between 18 and 21-year-olds. He's fighting against his own age class. What a brainwashed, mind control puppet that guy is. He's basically never had fame or popularity. So all of a sudden now he's a spokesperson. It's like the perfect person who has a GPA, by the way, that's very low, who's just does not really understand the truth of the matter and what's causing the shootings in all those schools. Like that Florida school shooting. That kid was programmed to do that. That kid was not that intelligent to go get a Uber vehicle and have all that orchestrated that way, in that manner. He never had to have some help to do all that. How did he knew when to do it and what day to do it and why? He had to have been brainwashed. He had to have been a person. You know why he was chosen? He was an undesirable white. They are using undesirable whites now more than ever. They already played out their ISIS card already. Now they're looking for new hands for some royal flushes, which will cause executive orders, political gain. I guess a positive thing for their side of the spectrum. It's whatever can make changes. They are very insecure. These agencies are loaded with insecure whites. I truly don't see African American secret agents in the mind control program or Hispanics. I really don't, because I just don't believe that they would ever dare be inside of a monitoring room and know that they're causing that much damage. There's many of their own people that they're doing that to. So I don't believe that there's any integration in the mind control program. I just truly believe 99.8% of them, and I say 99.8% of them because obviously you're going to have your brainy guys who are behind the scenes, who are developing their technology, who might not very well be white, sell out, sold their souls to the devil, and torturing all these innocent minorities in this country and all these undesirable whites to pull their plugs on the right moment. And look how they cover it all up. Like no one even sees a speck of evidence because it's naked to the human eye. All it really needs is to be investigated, and everyone who has a mental illness or is vulnerable to this attack or believes he's under an attack to be, to have special apparatuses that can trace, record, and detect these energies and take it straight to a lawyer and a private investigator can investigate it and press charges on a Central Intelligence Agency mind control program, investigate what signals those energies are coming from, and press charges. But it's not that simple. It's just too difficult to deal with. And people are so scared. One of the major fears is job security. Do you know what they'll do with their technology if they find out that you're plotting against them? I guarantee you will not be employed. You will go through torture. Sleep deprivation is definitely one of the torture devices that they like to use. Definitely. They'll shoot microwaves into your neurotransmitters and trigger your dopamine to basically not settle down your brain waves, causing you to stay up all night, which will cause you extreme body fatigue and drowsiness when you wake up. And when you're fatigued and drowsy, you lose motivation. These are many of their, their attacks they can use. Those are just really simple attacks. Severe ones is shoot pain right into your heart and help trigger a, irregular heartbeat. They can cause you a stroke. They can they can kill you. It can cause a fatality. But anyways, this is the true world we're living in now. We are all being watched night and day. And everyone has a part to play. Do you want to fight this thing? Do you want to petition against it, take it out? Or do you want to stay in the puppet show? Okay? Everyone knows what's going on, but everyone keeps trying to deny it. And the longer they do, especially whites, because they're the ones who are going to benefit from it the most. I don't see how. I mean, all it's going to do is cause mass shootings and racial division. That's not going to stop minorities from being on the rise. No, it's not. I don't know why they're using it. Maybe it's just their deep down hatred, because obviously on their end of the spectrum, in the long run, I just don't see how it's going to be productive, because it's going to be going down one day, guarantee you.